boss right now. Feeling like a boss right now. And you just took a loss right now. Dripping in the sauce right now. Get a sprinkle up my style. I'm about to lock down. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in the good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I would never ever fall.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. The pregame festivities here in Oakland have to be seen to be believed. This crowd in silver and black, they are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with Andrew Luck and the Indianapolis Colts. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
All right, get set, fellas.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. It's hauled in by Lee Smith. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Right down.
The first carry now from Marshawn Lynch. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Jamal Sheard on the stop.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he finds Cook. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A Raiders first down. Carr hooking up with Cook. They go play action here on first down. Dancing to his left. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Now Carr. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
Here we go.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Carr now on first down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Carr again here on 2nd and 10. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
They completed the screen, but one of the things you worry about is can the quarterback get rid of the ball before he's actually tackled? So your offensive linemen have to hold up the rushers a little bit because you want to make sure you keep your guy's jersey clean throughout the game.
On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. Oh, and now he bowls him over. brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Carr now on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Hey, 7:34.
Carr to throw after the play fake to Lynch. Going to throw deep for the end zone. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. It's 1st and 10 from the 12.
694.
First down, the run with Lynch. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. And they're going to get him down, but not before a pretty good run right there. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Big spray. Come here. Deuce right. You got 56 there.
They'll run it. Here's Lynch. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Well, that will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny. We had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator. And what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
Look, and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Locke. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? 3rd and long, it's Locke. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Deshaun Jackson back deep for Washington. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Pulled in at the 24. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. So out come the Raiders. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this,
the Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Jabal Sheard. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. On 2nd down, here's Carr. And Cook has it, left side. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
one thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
He's going to let this go. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. After the interception, it's Love finding some room at midfield. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. Now Love, right after the turnover, and he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Bruce Irvin in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. On 2nd down, here's Love. Wide open receiver complete. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 25-yard line. Now a carry from Mack. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. Back to throw. Love. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down.
Enough takes to start you out a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Here's Love. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I know they had good coverage downfield, but you have to wonder, on 3rd and long like that, how does that happen, that they can get that far downfield and complete a pass? You got to guard the sticks, understand where you are, so it's almost like someone fell asleep at the switch, and now that the play's been completed, they've got to dust themselves off on defense, pick it up, and figure out how to not let that happen again.
So that'll back him up 5. The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal. Out of the gun, Love. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. all they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. The middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Nelson's first catch, good for a first down. On first down, Carr. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
All right, get set, fellas. 29. 27.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. This is caught by Jackson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. Carr now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. Jackson's got it over the middle. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game. And he can break big plays like that. We've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything in particular?
Yeah, I'm still remembering a certain Giants punter not following orders, and Deshaun Jackson made that big-time return all the way back for a game winner in that one. I still remember seeing the looks of disbelief on the Giants sideline.
Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 4.
Raider 9. Low.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Express. Deuce right.
They come up in an offset eye. They'll run with Lynch. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. Lynch, the lone man in the backfield now on 2nd and goal.
6-18.
One receiver to the left is Cooper. Carr going to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Jared Cook in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Extra point hooks a bit, but it's up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Vecchio now to kick this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So we've reached halftime here in Oakland with the Raiders on top. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working?
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Bruce Irvin in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the same.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Khalil Mack in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary can really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll try to get something going with Marshawn Lynch. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It was Reggie Ragland who got him down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Al Woods able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Here now, Johnny Townsend. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by LaShawn Melvin. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
You got 4. Down.
On second down, Lynch. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Get set, get set. You got 3 down.
To throw his car. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cook. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
After the field goal, here's Tavecchio to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just 1 big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're 1 big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll run with Mack. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing is Love. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Here's Jackson. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he stopped immediately there. Danico Autry is in on the stop.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe you change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Throwing now is Carr, and he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Jabal Sheard in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Now Carr. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out with this lead and the football. Things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 21.
Express.
They start the drive with Lynch. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
Express.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15.
Now,
Following the penalty, Lynch. He'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Go.
To throw on 3rd down. Carr. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Randy Gregory loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. Here now, Johnny Townsend as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken right at the 35. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
On 1st down, it's Love. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10, Luck again. This is caught. It's Ryan Grant. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
11. 11Z.
3rd and 2, Luck. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. On 1st down, Luck. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Throwing again is Luck. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 5. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Again, Luck. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 8 yards there on a 1st down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
12.
From the red zone now, Luck. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And popped it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game. And all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spend all this time on it with the fundamentals, taking care of it, tucking it away, and they're not doing it.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland 1st down.
Down. 180.
They run again on 1st down, Lynch. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Go. Get set. Raider 2.
Carr gives to Marshall. Lynch fighting, and he lost the football. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. Following the fumble recovery, here's Luck. That is caught at the 7. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets them up 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now it's Luck. His pass caught at the 4. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Second and goal from the 1. They come out here in the eye. They'll run it with Mack. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. Now Luck on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
Then we got to give a little tip of the cap for the defense there. Zone coverage, locked it in tight, made it really difficult because they tried the crossing route against it, and it worked for a completion, but you have to know where the sticks are on 3rd down. Didn't get beyond them.
And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Tahir Whitehead in there to record another sack, their 6th of the afternoon.
Get down! Blue 80! Express! Blue 80! Check!
And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Hey, here we go. Express. 3 down.
Here's a give to Lynch. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 9, and that should write an ending to this one.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the 4th quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
3 down. Monday, down. Blue 80.
On the give, this is Lynch. And some room to work. And he's brought down after a good gain. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
And, Brandon, this is where it pays to have a big back who can take over a football game, especially in the 4th quarter when you've got the lead. Your ability to not just wear people down, but close games out.
And off comes to Lynch. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Monday down. Get set, fellas.
The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column, too.
So for the Raiders, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, changes could be in the air as they fall to 0-8 now on the year. And they'll take this loss into the bye.